Silver Phoenix stands to take control of the Bronze Division from Crimson Kana.
Stop!
Kana's winning streak has been broken at last. I don't know if you've heard, but Kana has proclaimed that the first fighter who extriciates her from her championship will learn the secrets of her technique.
Saja pinir sokart ajavje.
Yeah.
When you walk the streets and hear your name among the crowds, be sure that your ego does not swell like the body of 11 gaping maw, god of inopportune gluttony.
Vossa wire noka ukraproni apawafa sonsiger tujevo. Wowo nikfra for wowo sawir konpa.
Join my team.
Ukwiro ni sayer tatasi yeru yu. Wo nawir siyer fu ni winyanakam. Sata kwa wir ni wosa wir sawa wira swir cook. Vossa wire noka ukraproni apawafa sonsiger tujevo.
Yes.
Wo ifuir uk sunurk danowe na wafta tasieruk. On we pifir. Wono wiri fuiro parir noka sisayer na workur tanti.
I guess.
Vossa wire noka ukraproni apawafa sonsier tuirvo. Vossa sajer pinir sokart ajavje. Tier nik puntuir poir noka uk sajer takitir noni.
Okay. Alright, let's go, my man.
The Bronze Division champion approaches. I hope you're ready for the challenge awaiting you in the Silver Division. Remember, Soldier's the champion at this level. He'll be watching you.
See that angry one in the corner?
Dogs nipping at my heels aren't worthy of watching.
Yep.
What do you need?
Let's go.
Now that you are champion of the Bronze Division, the Silver Division awaits. It seems that, indirectly, this serpent has decided to keep your career interesting. A demon has been added to the regular roster since your earlier victory. And since you've shown aptitude, I'm letting you face him first.
Sure. Fine.
This is indeed an honor, though it will not be easy. Are you ready to defeat this horror?
It'll be easy enough.
Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Yeah.
Will the demon rend flesh from bone, or will a lone warrior prove stronger?
Damn. Dang it, I keep hitting caps lock instead of freaking shift.
Spirit thief.
What?
This is
Most challenging so far.
Another demon falls! We shall have to add a new division for you alone if this keeps up.
You flatter me.
Kylon the Serpent wishes to speak with you personally.
Ugh.
This is a rare honor. Do try to be polite.
God.
You have already been granted access to the back room of the arena, and the Serpent's private chamber is just off of it. You may as well go now and see what he wants.
Great.
Oh, and one other thing. The Serpent has requested that you visitate him alone. I know you usually have a friend with you, but they'll have to remain behind for this meeting.
We should have told you that Kylon will only see you alone. Are you ready to go in now?
Yeah.
I'll wait out front with the others if you need me. Be careful. I don't trust this situation at all.
I'm liking it.
It is vital that we talk a moment. You handled yourself well against the demonic servitor. It was a rewarding experience for us both, I'm sure. Take this as my thanks. You are a smart young woman.
Ugh.
Smart enough to know that you will get much further as my friend than my foe. You may find that certain opportunities, mutually rewarding arrangements between us, will come your way in the near future.
Eat my entire staff.
Cheat is such a pedestrian term. I prefer to think of myself as a creative engineer.
Of course you do.
Like the fountains that channel water throughout the land, I spread entertainment to the people.
You spread money
Right
around your
now
own
is an
hands.
interesting time for an organization known as the Guild. I've no doubt that Qui has told you about us, if you didn't already know. Our organization is involved in many different activities, most of which operate below the view of the authorities of this great empire. Come now. We're above calling each other names, aren't we? The Guild, you see, has recently developed a vacancy in its upper echelons. A man by the name of Gao the Greater has been killed, and with his death, a new leader must be chosen.
Of course.
I intend to replace him in that role, and I need good people to back me.
I think I'll take that role.
Did you? An interesting claim. And one I'm not sure I believe. You don't match the description we have of the killer, but then the descriptions are fairly tenuous. If you are the one who killed Gao, then I owe you a favor. Consider my reluctance to turn you into the Lotus Assassins a repayment for that debt in full. There is the matter, however, of your friend, Whirlwind. I'm sure you know that he was one of the fighters here and that he left the arena. But do you know why?
'Cause you guys are terrible?
He has good reason not to tell you about this part of his admittedly spotty past. Whirlwind's past is certainly a colorful one. Did he tell you that he was thrown out of the arena? Public displays of rage and drunkenness, uttered threats of murder, excessive violence, property damage, and I believe several charges of defecating in public. If you trust him, you are a fool. The Black Whirlwind is an impressive fighter, but he is better avoided than confronted. We couldn't let him fight as he was, so he left. His brother, Raging Ox, wisely stayed here and went on to become champion. You could reach that point yourself, you know. Indeed, that's a distinct possibility. To become champion yourself, you will need my support. That means you and I will work together closely. You place yourself in a precarious position, my young friend.
I sure do. Precarious is my middle
I would
name.
hate to see your career stagnate.
Silver Precarious Phoenix.
You see... What is that noise?
Probably
Hey,
my
you
boy
can't-
Whirlwind. Yeah. Let's wreck him, my friend. That's why you can't come in here with a friend.
Damn you, serpent! I'll kill you where you stand!
Yeah, let's fucking do it.
No, you won't, Whirlwind.
I will. Aha!
Just like last time, you will leave. I can see that this polite discussion has concluded, as so many do, in your odorous presence. We may talk again. Perhaps.
We're leaving now. You and I have to talk. Alone. It's important.
No problem, buddy.
Look, you can't trust Kylo. I know he was probably offering you the world, or maybe all the wine in it if he were really crafty, but...
You didn't honestly think you were going to slip down here after that little display, did you, Whirlwind?
How many times are you gonna shrug your
Step back,
shoulders?
Joe. For once in my life, I've got something important to tell someone.
No, let's kill him. He's asking
You
for it.
have nothing important to say, you lummox. You've embarrassed Kylon the Serpent, and I'm going to make sure you never get a chance to repeat your performance.
Let's bloody his face.
I've been waiting for this. Time to cut off the serpent's tail.
Stop! I am a master!
She gets so excited. wrecked.
He fought like a monster for a little guy.
Really? I thought he was basic. Everyone's little to you. That's true.
Better than I've been in a while. All this best behavior when you're in the city business was wearing on my nerves. Not the first time I've gone up against one of Kai Lan's thugs, you know. Not at all.
I figured as much.
Remember I told you I used to fight in the arena? Well, I was the best there was. Then my brother came to the city and decided he'd join the arena too. The arena was about the same as it is now. Kui and Kai Lan were there, and Lucky Cho too. But he was just a runt back then. My brother became the arena champion, the Raging Ox. They said he retired, but he didn't retire. He was killed. I should know. I'm the one who killed him.
Dang. That's a shame, buddy.
Raging Ox was one of Kai Lan's men. Well, he wasn't always. Kai Lan approached me first. When I turned him down, he went to my brother instead. When Ox joined up with Kai Lan, I stopped getting good matches. Ox was fighting his way to becoming champion, and doing a little work for the guild on the side. He was so cocksure and wouldn't listen to his older brother. Once he fell in with Kai Lan, he stopped talking to me.
Whoa, your brother sucks.
Soon Ox became Kai Lan's enforcer and carried out his bidding. He'd skulk around in robes so no one would know the arena champion was a common thug. One night I followed Ox back to Kai Lan's. I was drunk and I was mad. I just wanted to tell Ox how dangerous Kai Lan was, convince him to leave. But Kai Lan was there. He tried to interfere. I attacked him, and Ox tried to stop me. When it was over, Ox was dead, and my axe was covered in his blood. Kai Lan just stood there, smiling. I would have killed him if I wasn't so stunned. After that, I left. For the first time in my life, I ran. I ran, and then I drank myself into a stupor that lasted for half a year. You do what you have to in the arena. Just don't fool yourself about working with a serpent.
Don't worry, I won't.
Lucky Cho's death just put you on the Serpent's wanted list. I'd really like to see Kai Lan's face if you become arena champion. Of course, I'd rather just kill him.
Same. Let's do both.
Come on, let's go.
I want to hear that you're ready for your next fight.
I'm ready for my next fight.
What do you need? This next fight should be fairly simple for you. I once more want to send you up against 4 opponents. The crowd loves those fights. These are tougher than the students you faced before, but should pose no problem. Are you ready to get started?
Yeah, let's go.
Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
We found him just like this.
You did?
3 Reach, the old stableman, found him. He kept everyone else out.
We can trust him. What about Cho? Do we know who's responsible?
Last I saw of him, he was following Silver Phoenix.
She fights next, does she not? Replace the men slated for that match with our own, and ensure that their blades are coated with extract from the ebon orchid. Even the ancient magic of this place could not neutralize that poison.
It will be done. What about Lucky Cho? There are hundreds of people here to see the new fighter. We can't carry the body out of here.
Then we don't. You must always use the resources available to you.
Flashing blades and deadly grace.
Stop!
Dang it. Your attack is bullshit. Yeah, that attack. Oh my god. I mean, I'll shoot you from afar. Right? Did it just... is it too obscure or something?